Hello guys, and welcome back to my Lorethrough series. After defeating Godric and becoming a proper member of the Round Table in the previous episode, we will now return to Stormveil one last time to uncover the truth behind its crumbling state. The item description of the marred wooden shield we found on our way to the Crucible Knight says, much like the castle, it is marred by mottling and thorns. Some say it is the curse of grafting which causes such affliction, while others talk of its root being something altogether more sinister, hidden deep within the castle. So, let us have a look deep within the castle. Following the path I've been taking from the liftside chamber side of Grace, we eventually arrive at a message left by Sorcerer Rogier. He told us he's been looking for something important in the castle, remember? After opening the shortcut back to the chamber, we keep going down until we eventually get to this strange space below the castle, full of rats and broken statues. As we drop down into this puddle full of skeletons, it's being lit by ghost flame torches. We're ambushed by an ulcerated tree spirit. After dispatching of it, we can take a closer look around. Next to this incredibly disturbing looking visage, we find the Prince of Death's puzzle. Its description identifies the visage as the one of Godwyn the Golden, who has become the Prince of Death since his demise in the Night of the Black Knives. With his visage being visible here, while his actual body is buried beneath the capital, it now all makes sense. We've previously established that the Rune of Death has been spreading through the roots of the Erdtree and water, sprouting his death root ever since Godwyn's death. So the truth about the corrosion of the castle, in my opinion, is that the entire castle has been slowly corrupted by Godwyn's death blight, which spread all the way here. This idea is further supported by this bloodstain, as we can see Rogier succumbing to said death blight after likely being exposed to it for a very long time while studying this secret. Just like the castle, we can see him here being ravaged by thorns. Even though Rogier is tarnished and his death was not final, it seems the death blight has permanently taken its toll on him, as we can find him in the Round Table hold, still ravaged by thorns. However, he does have some very useful information for us.
We meet again after all. I apologize for any offense given by my bearing, but I'm quite unable to move, you see. So, what do you need? You defeated Godric and claimed yourself a great rune. Looks like we both got what we wanted out of Stormveil, didn't we? Well done, friend. Something to mark the occasion. Go on, take it. As you might have guessed, I still can't move. My fighting days are behind me. No need to be polite. I've no use for it anymore. The misshapen corpse under Stormveil. That is a sacred relic of the Black Knives Plot, as that famed night of assassination is known. It happened during the golden age of the Erdtree, long before the shattering of the Elden Ring. Someone stole a fragment of the Rune of Death from Malekith, the Black Blade, and on a bitter night, murdered Godwyn the Golden. That was the first recorded death of a demigod in all history, and it became the catalyst. Soon, the Elden Ring was smashed, and thus sprang forth the war known as the Shattering. I once wished to become a scholar, you see. I've spent many an hour scouring the archives for knowledge of that fateful plot. The world has grown crooked, and if you intend to put it to rights, you'd better understand what happened to make it this way. And that thing is to blame for the shape I'm in now. I urge the utmost caution. Don't disturb the corpse more than necessary.
After he entrusts his rapier to us, Since he can't fight anymore anyways, he gives us an overview of his findings. Besides confirming that the visage below Stormveil is in fact a relic of the murder of Godwyn the Golden, he gives us the historical context of the night. According to him, it actually happened before the Elden Ring was shattered and not after, and something about it, perhaps the mourning about her killed children, in fact made Queen Marika shatter the ring, and everything else is history.
Ah, so you've met Dee. Dee is an old friend. We found ourselves journeying together for a time, bound by our exploration of death. But our paths have since diverged, never again to cross. Though that's hardly an uncommon fate for two friends. Dee was telling me that he discovered the mark of the centipede. The centipede is an ancient symbol of the curse mark. As long as whoever finds and uses it is not nefarious by nature, then we may be able to form an alliance. If only I could speak to them in person. And if they were like you, all the better.
Finally, Rogier tells us about his friendship with Dee. They used to explore death together, but their paths diverged, as he says. Dee tells us more about this diversion of paths.
Hello. You've been busy weeding Deathroot, I take it. I thank you, as your brother-in-arms. So what can I do for you? Are you acquainted with a man named Rogier? You know, the piteous fellow hiding away on the balcony. He was a formidable spellblade in times past. Don't let his easy air deceive you. He was wise beyond his years, stout of heart and clear of mind. No more, though. You see him now, ravaged by thorns, muttering and rambling, like he's half dead already. I can't stomach to watch. Take well the lesson, friend. That's how you end up when seduced by those who live in death. When grace is sullied, it rots people from the inside, breaks them.
According to Dee, Rogier was seduced by those who live in death and is now rotting from the inside and broken. Reading between the lines, the diversion of paths seems to have been due to a disagreement about those who live in death and their intentions. Rogier says whoever finds and uses the curse mark of death, if they are not nefarious by nature, could be an ally to him, while Dee previously told us that it is an ill-omened symbol that just straight up should not be. Also, while Rogier still explores death, Dee is now a hunter of the dead. However, since we're on the subject of death, why not talk to the Deathbed companion to get a bit more context?
I am pleased to see you again. Would you like me to hold you once more? Now, come closer. You are so very warm. I was known as a deathbed companion, where I come from, after I received the warmth and lively vigor from a number of champions. I lay with the remains of an exalted noble, to grant him another chance at life. To do so is the purpose of my being. But before I could bear the noble into new life, I was awakened by the guidance of grace. Pray, be kind. Despite all that, I still wish to be a deathbed companion. So please, let me hold you like this, as often as it takes.
She first tells us a bit about her backstory. Interestingly, she feels being reawakened by the guidance of grace was more of a curse to her than a blessing, as she was in the process of fulfilling her purpose of reviving an exalted noble. This gives a bit more context to her purpose of being a deathbed companion. My guess for what that is at this point is they likely take the lively vigor from other people, and then once they've stored enough vigor within themselves, they sacrifice themselves to bring somebody important back from the dead? Part of this is wild speculation, of course.
My dear, have you ever heard of Black Knife Prince? Dear Roger likes to talk of them when abed, and the ancient plot in which the first of the demigods was slain. The black knives wielded by the assassins who committed the act, along with the impressions they made, somehow hide the truth of the conspiracy. These grand affairs are hardly my forte, but dear Roger began to weep as he spoke. In truth, I've heard tell from someone else about the Black Knife Prince that fascinate dear Roger so. But it wouldn't be right to give this to him, stuck as he is in the Round Table hold. Perhaps you could make use of it?
Then she mentions Black Knife Prince that somehow hide the truth of who is behind the Knight of the Black Knives. She gives us a map to find one of them for Rogier. The location on this map is not in Limgrave, so we will come back to this topic once we get there. Alright, that about covers the last secret of Stormveil Castle, and with that, the entire Limgrave region. We'll move on to Liurnia of the Lakes, the next region, in the next video. Thank you guys for following me through this run. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy these videos, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.